How do you scale your business down when you have a life-changing event? That's a great question, and we're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by SavvyPerks.com, and if you're a small business owner and you are scaling back, saving money is more important than it's ever been. So imagine if you go to Costco and you have a discount card and you can buy all kinds of amazing things at discount prices. Well, instead of one store, Savvy Perks gives you discounts to over 250,000 businesses, restaurants, hotels, travel places, entertainment places, and services. So whether it's getting the oil changed in your car, it's getting a new set of tires, whether it's buying groceries, there are all different kinds of discounts, including fast food places that you get as a member of Savvy Perks. You pay a 1 monthly membership, which is about the price of a sandwich per month, and then you get all these savings at all these different companies. So check it out, SavvyPerks.com. All right, on to today's question, which is from a house cleaner who is going through some personal issues, and she needs to scale her business down. And she wants to know what are the best tactics for scaling your business. Well, there are a couple different ways you can go, and one of them is you hire some help. So you say, I physically cannot manage the business right now. And there are issues, okay? You will have life issues. And this is one of the great news about having a house cleaning business. As something hits you, and it can be an elder parent that suddenly takes ill, it can be a troubled teenager that suddenly starts pulling all kinds of shenanigans and needs more of your attention. There are all different reasons why you may scale your business back. Now, one of the reasons that you would want to scale it is because it's too much or something else is happening in your life and you want to pursue other interests. So what do? Well, first of all, you can hire more help. So if you hire some help, you can hire a manager to manage what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Or you can hire someone to do the jobs and actually go do the cleaning so that it outsources some of your time to do other things so that you can focus on those important moments until you get back in the swing and you can go back to doing the cleaning or go back to managing your job. So hiring more help is one of the solutions. Another solution is to take the people that you have. Let's say you have 5 employees and you only want to be solo again. Okay, so what you do now is you take the 5 employees, and there's a way to sell it, but you can encourage them to all start their own businesses and you can help spin them out on their own. And so you help them get clients and you help them take the clients that you have and you split up your business because you will be cutting back some of your business. And you spin them all out in their own direction so they can all pick up the pieces and move on. Another way of doing that is to call some of your friends that you have in the business or other employees that you've had that have spun out their own business, and you say, listen, I've got 5 really great workers. I'm cutting back my business for personal reasons. Would you like any extra help? They're already trained. They already know the business. They're already really great at what they do. They've got good communication skills, whatever. Now, really good help is hard to find. And so if you have really good help and you need to send them on their way, you can give them job references or job referrals or write them a recommendation letter and help them find other jobs. So that's another way of doing that. Then the last way is the toughest, probably, because you're going to have to say goodbye to the customers that know and love you. And so when someone, takes your trust and they invite you into their home and they become a regular recurring client, there's a relationship that goes on there. And you want to maintain that relationship even though your life situations have changed. And so you never know when you're going to come back and you may be full-time again. And so you don't want to burn those bridges because you may need to cross them again. So instead of just doing a blanket, hey, I'm quitting the business or I'm getting out or something's changing, you may want to say, listen, I've had a personal issue that's going to require more of my attention right now, and I need to scale back on what I'm doing. So it's nothing personal, but I need to not clean your house anymore. So I have these 5 people that work for me. I can spin them out and have one of them clean your house. Or I know another company nearby that's really good at what they do, and I would love for them to take over your account so that I know you're in good hands. There are things that you can do that are like that. Once you've made the decision, be very clear about the reasons why you're scaling back. Because there are times that people just, well, I'm bored. Okay? Well, that's burnout. That's not a very good reason because you still need income coming in. So if you're clear that it's because of a personal issue that will not allow you to do the house cleaning business anymore or as much of it, be very clear about those reasons because it makes the transition so much smoother When you say, I'm doing this for my sick mom, and I may not get to see her for, maybe a couple more months is all she has left to live or whatever. I'm just making this up. But then you say, I'm going to spend that quality time with her. Then as you leave the business, there are no regrets. So just be clear about your reasons why, and then do it. Scale back, because the house cleaning business is one of those businesses. You can always pick up more accounts. You can always reboost the business. You can always rebuild it. You can always hire more people. It scales up and it scales down based on what your needs are. So if you have a new child that comes into your house or your family, you may need to scale back during that transition period. And the house cleaning business allows you to do that. It's one of the reasons I love the house cleaning business. I've had to scale up or down about 5 times. And it's always for different reasons, but very good reasons. And then you bounce right back to where you were, and now you're back in full swing of things. All right, that's a little bit about how to scale your business. I hope that helps. If you found it helpful, please pass it on to a friend. If you have any questions, leave them at askahousecleaner.com or in the notes below. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.